So I'm going to saddle Max for the first time today. Again, just make sure that your horse is okay being touched everywhere where the saddle will touch him. So I'm just going to turn him around just to show you on this side as well. So I rub him over his back and down his belly where the girth is going to come. And then check to see if he's okay with the saddle pad. He's got a fright for what it looks like, but there, good job. He sniffs it and he kind of figures it out. Let's see how it goes when I go about to put it on. Good job. So with Max, he doesn't like new things and he doesn't really trust new things, but he accepts it and he kind of just works through it very quickly. So even though he's still not 100% comfortable with it, he actually allows me to put it on and take it off. And if he wants to move his feet again, it's fine. Just gonna continue doing it until he chooses to stand still, like there. Good job. Alright, so now for the saddle, just make sure that he knows of it and that he can have a sniff at it. Right, so that's not ideal to happen, and thank goodness the saddle didn't fall off. I actually want them to stand still when I put the saddle on for the first time. But things like that happen, and then you just kind of work through it. Again, before I tighten the saddle, I drop the stirrups down just to make sure that if he wants to buck, that it doesn't come down and hurt him or anything like that. Alright, so there he decided to buck, proper buck, but right now I'm just holding the lead rope so that he doesn't pull out of my hands. But you'll see that he constantly respects my personal space. He didn't come onto me once and he didn't pull out of my hands, which is very good. But I want to actually just take the halter off and set him free to work through his things. But he did very well there, being in the halter and working through his buck. Right, so now I actually want him to flow out what a proper buck. So I'm going to try and push him through it. I want him to actually get into a lope and work through it, but he's still quite stuck. So I just keep asking until he eventually chooses to flow out. There, it's a bit better. I'm going to see if I can keep him in this lope. There we go. That's it. That's a change. Okay, so the reason why he's constantly slipping on the ground is because he's not thinking about his feet and he's just reacting. He's not thinking of how he's stepping or anything like that. So as he works through his brace with the saddle at the moment and he starts to think of his feet, he'll actually slip a lot less. And again, I do everything from both sides, so I want him to actually flow out anti-clockwise as well. Right, so Max tends to be very stuck in his feet, so I have to ask a lot more to get him on a lope than I have to with Thunder. Again, you'll notice that I'm using the whip in this video. My flag broke, so I'm just using the whip for sound effect. I'm not hitting him once. But it actually just kind of helps him to work through things. So once he flowed out, I just take the saddle off again, and then I'll just get him to actually run free without the saddle, and just remind him that he can still be a horse and still move his feet. Very nice and comfortable trot there. And there's the lope. Good job. And then again, I want the same to the other side as well. Nice lope there. And then the saddle comes back on again, just to let him know that the saddle can and will come back on. And once the saddle's back on, I just let him flow out again, and just remind him that he can and should still move his feet. Very nice, comfortable walk there, and a nice trot. Let's see how he'll take his lope. There we go. Good job. I'm just going to try and keep him on the lope a little longer, just to get him to actually flow out. There, that was heaps better. And then again, same to the other side as well. At least he didn't buck this time, so he had a huge change. Nice and comfortable trot. And then let's see if we can tip him over to a lope. Good job. And that's his release for today.